Ever tried looking up a court record in Orlando and just ended up running in frustrating circles? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. It causes a massive amount of unnecessary headache. But in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how the Orlando judicial system architecture actually works. We're going to bypass all those annoying dead ends so you can find what you need fast, saving yourself a ton of time and money. So why do most of these searches fail almost instantly? You type a name into a search bar, hit enter, and nothing. Or worse, a tangled mess of irrelevant links. Let's immediately validate that frustration you might be feeling. The reason most people lose time right away isn't because they're bad at searching. It's because of one core problem. Almost everyone starts looking in the exact wrong database. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the wrong database trap, how to identify your case type, local Orange County records, federal PSER searches, mastering the search formula, and finally, a quick reality check. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the wrong database trap. The absolute biggest mistake people make right out of the gate is jumping onto random public records websites. You know the ones. They lure you in, promising a quick search, but what do they actually lead to? You usually end up hitting expensive paywalls. And honestly, the info is notoriously flawed anyway. We're talking outdated data, missing files, or even completely wrong identities. Official court systems, on the other hand, are way more accurate and, best of all, they're mostly free for basic public viewing. Moving right along to Section 2, identifying the case type. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that before you even type a single name into a database, you have to establish what kind of record you actually need. Why? Because state and federal courts literally do not talk to each other. So ask yourself, are you looking for a traffic violation, criminal charges, a civil lawsuit, divorce and family court, probate and estate matters, or maybe a federal, criminal, or bankruptcy case? Categorizing the issue right now eliminates the vast majority of failed searches. Trust me, if you look for a federal bankruptcy in a local traffic database, you are never going to find it. Okay, let's zoom in a bit. Section 3 focuses on Orange County and local records. Once you know what you're looking for, you need to know where it lives. For the vast majority of local Orlando records, you've got to get very familiar with Clerk. This is the official electronic portal maintained by the Orange County Clerk of Courts. It is essentially the heartbeat of the local judicial data in Orlando. It's your go-to for local traffic, civil, criminal, family, and probate cases. You can search by names of attorneys, the parties involved, or case numbers. When you picture the modern judicial framework of Orlando, think of this local infrastructure. Most Orlando court records are connected to this official county system. This is exactly where you search for traffic tickets, parking violations, and minor local ordinance offenses. Now, here is a massive time-saving tip for you. While you can totally search by a driver's license number or last name, traffic-related searches are usually much, much faster if you just use the direct citation number. Having that specific identifier cuts through the noise instantly. And this brilliantly illustrates a super common point of confusion. See, people constantly search the Clerk Court database looking for property deeds, mortgages, or tax warrants. But guess what? You won't find them there. The Orange County Comptroller handles official property records, while the Clerk of Courts handles actual judicial court cases. Knowing this difference is absolutely crucial and saves you from chasing ghosts in the wrong department. Let's move to and see how this builds as we transition to Section 4, searching federal PSER records. So what happens when the case isn't local at all? You have to completely pivot away from the county level and head over to PSER. That stands for Public Access to Court Electronic Records, which is managed by the United States District Court for the Middle District of Florida. This is a completely separate beast from Clerk. It requires a different login, a different approach, and it operates under distinct rules with a nominal fee structure. But if you need federal criminal charges, federal civil rights lawsuits, immigration matters, or bankruptcies, this nationwide index is exactly where you must go. Now, even though PSER does charge small fees for accessing documents, I want to give you a highly actionable, entirely free alternative for one specific type of federal case. You can actually search for federal bankruptcies over the telephone. Just call the Voice Case Information System, or VCIS, at 1-866-222-8029. It gives you automated case status updates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, at no charge whatsoever. It's a fantastic resource that, honestly, most people just don't know exists. All right, here is where it gets really good. Section 5, Master the Search Formula. let's put all this into a definitive step-by-step sequence to stop the frustrating guesswork. If you don't know exactly where a case is filed, use this exact order. First, start with the Orange County Court records, that My Clerk system, because statistically, that's where most cases live. Second, if it's a minor violation, check the Orlando traffic or municipal systems. Third, expand to the Florida statewide court databases, which is perfect for tracking appeals or multi-county cases. And finally, if none of those hit, search the federal court system. Following this hierarchy removes almost all of those annoying dead ends immediately. Of course, your search is only as good as the information you plug into it. The more details you have, the faster the search becomes. You're going to want the full legal name, approximate age, filing year, case number, and the court type. But here is an absolutely critical tip. Always try multiple spelling variations. Seriously, missing a simple suffix like junior or senior or a middle initial can completely hide a record from your view. These databases demand precision, so you must mix up those variations if your first search comes up empty. Which brings us to Section 6, the final reality check. Even with the ultimate search formula, there are still boundaries to what you can see. First off, there's a huge technological divide around the year 2009. That's when the Orange County Clerk of Courts really began heavy electronic scanning. So for cases after 2009, you can usually pull up most documents online right from your living room. But pre-2009, you might see a docket item listed, but the actual document image won't be attached. For those older historical files, you might still have to physically visit the courthouse or wait for a specific digitization request. So the crucial point is this. If your search returns absolutely nothing, it does not automatically mean the case doesn't exist. The open records policy in Florida is legally mitigated by Florida Rule 2.420. This rule automatically protects and seals specific categories of information from public view. We're talking juvenile cases, sensitive family matters, active criminal investigations, and specific medical records. Sometimes the file is definitely there, but the law literally says you cannot look at it without a specific court order. And speaking of the law, please keep in mind that this explainer is strictly for educational and informational purposes and does not constitute legal advice. Court databases, access systems, and local rules can totally change over time based on Florida law and federal regulations. Always be sure to verify your information directly through official court websites or, consult with a qualified legal professional for your specific needs. Well, there you have it. We've completely unpacked the architecture of the Orlando court record system. You now know exactly where to look, what to look for, and the rules of the road. You've got the step-by-step formula to bypass the dead ends and access incredible amounts of public data. So the only question left to ask is, now that you have the exact formula, what hidden history will you search for first? Get out there and put these skills to use. Thanks for tuning into this explainer, and happy searching!